story. Now back to our top story, and veteran journalist Macharia Gaitho says he intends to sue the state over his abduction early Wednesday, which the National Police Service says is a case of mistaken identity. NTV's Ngina Kirori carried out a vehicle search on the vehicles involved in the veteran journalist's abduction, which raises even more questions about the conduct and legality of the operations being carried out by the police. And while Macharia's incident is chilling in nature, it follows a disturbing trend of abductions that have happened to numerous Kenyans, which police officers may have today inadvertently admitted to being responsible for. Here now is that report.
Perhaps he did not know it at the time, but by the time the son of veteran journalist Macharia Gaitho took this video of his father being bundled into this white pro box, it would form a critical part of the evidence of what transpired Wednesday morning as it gained widespread attention on social media.
I was blocked by a civilian car. As I was waiting for it to move out, two other men came on my left side where I was seated. My son was driving, opened the door and tried to pull me out. They did not identify themselves, so I refused to get out of the car and instructed my son to drive away. They followed us, and we decided to come to Karen police station.
It is here at the Karen police station that Macharia and his son Andrew tried to seek refuge and report this navy blue Subaru Forester, registration number KCB 847F, which had blocked them and tried to kidnap Macharia. Unknown to the father and son was a danger lay in wait as this white pro box registration number KBC 725J emerged and its occupants pulled Macharia out of his car and into the pro box. Even more concerning are the police officers, clearly marked in uniform, who are seen assisting to push Macharia into the white pro box.
They drove me down Langata Road up to near, I think around the turning of Langata South Road, where they stopped, made a few calls. I don't know to who, but I gather they were talking to their superior.
NTV conducted a search on the white pro box, registration number KBC 725J, and found that it is registered to a one Stephen Kimathi. But interestingly, the make of the car on the motor vehicle copy of records is different. It instead states that the make is a Toyota Corolla. There may be an explanation for this, as a closer look at the car's number plate reveals that the letter C appears doctored, raising questions about the legality of the vehicle used to bundle off the veteran journalist, as well as the legality of the individuals who carried out the act. Further, NTV carried out a search on the Subaru Forester that initially blocked Macharia and his son as they left their home. Watch what happens when the search is carried out, because strangely, the National Transport and Safety Authority NTSA portal prevents me from searching for the vehicle and does not yield any results.
I have never had to go through abduction, kidnapping by people who I do not know whether they are police or whether they are terrorists. An 18-year-old young man going through that, seeing his father abducted in a very brutal, violent fashion, must be very traumatizing. It is traumatizing for my mom in Nyeri at the age of 95, getting this news that her son has been abducted and she doesn't know by who.
As if the abduction of Macharia Gaitho wasn't bad enough, the National Police Service, via their official channels, stated that the whole incident was a case of mistaken identity, claiming they mistook Macharia Gaitho for blogger Francis Gaitho.
We cannot be cowed. I think we were there during the struggle against the one-party dictatorship. If we resisted Moi, who are these ones?
When asked whether he intends to sue the state for damages,
we also note Macharia Gaitho's demands that we escalate this to command responsibility. We have a historical case where we've done this, the Baby Pendo case.
Sadly, Macharia Gaitho's incident isn't different from what other Kenyans have had to endure in the past few weeks since the anti-government protests began.
If it means going to the streets, that's what we are going to do. And that's why we agreed that as media fraternity, next week Wednesday, we are issuing a 7-day notice starting today. Next week Wednesday, we are calling for a nationwide protest.
The Kenya Editors Guild wants immediate action taken against those who attempted to forcefully seize the veteran journalist. The IPOA headquarters were the final stop for Macharia Gaitho and his legal team as they sought to complain over today's abductions, which they rubbish as a case of mistaken identity. This is a case they say they are willing to take to the state's doorstep as they complain over the trauma he suffered earlier today. Ngena Kirori, NTV, Nairobi.